gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is, what is it? Tristan Sartoris, and I'm happy to be here with you today. Now, before I get too far into what I would like to say to you guys, let me just say this, and I'm not going to lie to you, and you might not believe me anyways, because of the volume in which I speak and the colors of my shirt, which, by the way, are just as loud, which I am presenting unprecedented levels of swagger, the likes of which we may have never seen and may never probably see again, for good cause. But I am feeling quite zen. Is that what you thought I was going to say? Dude, I'm feeling quite chill and just relaxed. But here's my issue is that when I begin to kind of unwind and decompress, I get fired up. I'm like, dude, we're chilling now! Yeah! You know, I'm like, woo! I get keyed up about it. I'm like, no way. Are we really about to get in this? Are we unwinding deep? Am I letting the emotional and mental knots get worked out of me right now? I'm feeling quite in the zone, in that sense. And a lot of it, I think, has to do with the way that I've been starting my day, which I have to first preface by the fact that I go to bed with YouTube on every single night. I like to listen to stand-up comedy or documentaries about comedy or comedy shows and sketches or whatever. I like to infuse my dreams with a little bit of laughter. Why don't you? So, normally, the internet or YouTube, the algorithmic gods or whatever, okay, when you're on something and it autoplays, it keeps giving you more. Oh, is this what you want? We'll give you more of that. And for whatever reason, the last 4 or 5 days, I go to bed to relax with some nice comedy. Oh, and I'm unwinding and getting fired up about it and relaxing and laughing in my sleep. But I have been waking up to a live stream of the Swedish Alps, a complete derailing of what I was watching before, but I wake up with just this kind of, whoa, what's going on? It's not even like the sun outside. I'm looking at it, just a fake sun, like, oh, and I'm developing some sort of, I don't know, affinity. I'm getting accustomed to it, like a parasocial relationship, but with a place. I'm like, oh, I'm waking up on the hillside with the Swedes, and there's, sheep and go, bah. I'm like, oh, how you doing? People checking the dirt. Hey, Tristan. I'm like, hey, guys. I feel like I'm just there smelling the scent of my automatic air freshener in here, and I'm quite relaxed, which, again, gets me fired up, but it's been really, really cool to kind of dive into. And we could go over the science about whether or not that's smart or okay, or, the dopamine triggers and input of having things constantly feed your brain. And rest assured, we probably could, because my freaking science and knowledge is vast. But I'm not going to get into the wisdom-filled things right now. I'm just going to say that it's quite enjoyable. I don't know if there's any side effects, but I'm going to recommend it regardless, because sometimes it's important to get a little ice cream sample of the flavor you don't like, just to remind you the ones that you do. And also, it's a new flavor. So, we don't know what kind of chemicals are in there yet. We don't know what the side effects of this journey may bring. So, it's been yielding me nothing but joy and silliness. Now, I have to admit something. We are in the beginning stages of this little multi-batch portioning of me recording episodes in stock and in full because of some huge monumental Mondo Super Deluxe Ultra, that's Taco Bell, changes going on to the show. And I say that because I think it's funny to build it up even bigger. It's probably not even I might just change out of the color of the wall. Maybe if I can finally get this light out of the frame. I have no idea. But just to buy myself a little bit of leeway to kind of adjust and fine-tune a lot of things with the camera. There are some things that definitely need some tweaking, but they might only take like an hour. I have no idea. And I spent 6 weeks and then I wait to the last. Hey guys, by the way, hung up a new book. Encyclopedia Brown. So anyways, we are in the early stages of that. This is the first episode, so it's not really stockpiled at all. However, not much has happened because I just recorded the last episode recently. So there's not really much I can say. Dude, there we go. Oh yeah, that's the stuff, dude. Really got my hair flowing now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can talk about. I will say that it has not been too hot in here, which is just an absolute blessing, you know. So not only am I waking up in the cool breeze of the atmosphere, but I'm seeing the Swedes, and I'm seeing the Alps, and I'm seeing my little countryside, and feeling quite fulfilled. So I don't know if that's necessarily a credit to the air conditioners that have been running, because they kind of only work when it's already cool outside, which it doesn't really help the situation, you know? It's like I'm already on break. My boss is like, hey, keep doing that. You know, there's not really much to it. There's not really much benefit. I don't know what we need to do and fix with some sort of insulation. But for the time being, I'm happy for the fact that the world is like, chill out. So, anyways, guys, speaking of hot things, okay, so it's been a blessing that it's been cool here. What hasn't been cool is I just had some hot wings. No, this is really the only thing I've done since I recorded, but I got invited by my brother. All right, he was like, hey, let's get the bros together. Let's go wing tasting. Okay, one of those places where you can try like different flavors and not have to buy a batch of 12 or whatever. It's kind of like wine tasting, but for white trash or poors or whoever, you know, except in Prague, it's Canton, Ohio. So it was very cool. It was very exciting. We went to go get these wings, and we're having a time. The decor is nice. The vibes are good. The wings are tasty. Kind of scaling through the menu, you know, again with the ice cream, like, oh, let me try some different flavors just to see, because mild's always going to have my back, but trying these different tangy barbecues and garlics and whatnot. So it's a good time. We're laughing. We're watching the sports. It's just a good brotherly bonding situation. And in the middle of this, we see that there was like a secret, hidden, hottest wing. Okay, and we've already kind of like upped the dosage, and I'm going, that's enough. But you see this hottest wing, and it's kind of like, it's not even on the menu, which just screams a bad idea, right? Like it's a liability. Hey, I heard there's a wing that comes with paramedics. Where's that at? And I don't like the idea of it in the first place. The fact that you have to ask somebody about it. And she's like, how do you know about this? You know, we might as well have walked down a corridor and some creaky steps and freaking knock on the door. What's the secret code? I want diarrhea. Get in here. You know, so it already felt like it was off to a bad start. And the waitress just about laughs at the fact that we order it. She goes, you're going to order it. Great. And I'm like, oh, this is, you know, we're having a fool's delusion of grandeur. So she goes and put the message in, and, you know, they're probably like, really? I can't believe, you know, why would someone do that on a Tuesday? So it was pretty nerve-wracking already. I was, you know, you just get that kind of, that sinking feeling that this is a bad idea. And of course they arrive hot, already redder than the devil's sunburn. And they start talking about Scoville units, which again, like, just more bad. It's just more of a bad idea, because the mere mention of Scoville units implies that you need to clear your afternoon and stock up on toilet paper. So I'm not too keen about it. I don't like the idea, and it's not going to be good. You know, like you know this. Why are we even fooling? Like, delightful things don't have statistics. You know, when they go, oh, there's however many millions of Scoville units. Delightful things, you don't have that kind of number attached to it. When it's really nice out, we go, oh, how hot is it? It's just, we don't. It's 63 degrees out. We're enjoying it, okay? We know this is going to be a bad experience at the mere fact that there's data and information attached to it, just in case somebody has to call up and report why this guy died. So I'm bummed out a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. And I shed a tear just looking at them. And not just because the scent itself shaved a couple of years off my lifespan, but also for the fact that they exist in the first place. You know, it's like, that's how you know our society and our country's doing well. There are people that are starving. There's people with really bad food. There's people that are really bad off. And here we are. We've cracked the code. Wings are renowned. They're beloved. We figured it out. And we're like, well, this is amazing, but what if we made it awful, and whoever dies the least wins? So I'm just kind of staring at these things, man, and I take the littlest bit, dude, and immediately the second it touches my tongue, smoke I'm like dunking my head in a horse trough. I was not about it. I did not feel okay. My older brother's laughing at me. He's already been here. He's tried them before. He's like, haha. I was like, this sucks. And then my little brother, Nick, who really wanted him, he's seeing me. He's like, oh my gosh. He tries it, and now we're all being laughed at. Then he wants to keep trying it more because he's so brave and courageous, and then we're both laughing at him, and it feels a little bit better. So there we go. But overall, it was not a good experience, and I get myself into the situation a lot, okay? Because people go, hey, Tristan, I thought you said you like spicy things. And that's fair. I do say that. But I mean more along the lines of like a medium salsa, you know, like a pepper that they deliver in the Papa John's pizza box. Takis, if there's milk on the side. Okay, my DNA is built for marinara, not this freaking witchcraft. I can't do it. And if that's your thing, more power to you. Okay, but I have two things to say to you. One, look out. 2, Charmin Ultra Soft. So it's just a bad idea. It's uncomfortable, and you know they're gonna be awful. By the freaking names, dude. They just keep scaling them up higher and higher until they run out of adjectives. How do we describe this hellish nightmare? Oh, that's a good. Write that down. You know, from the Ghost Peppers to Carolina Reapers and Scorpions and Atomics and you know all this stuff. So it's like lava piss on the hood of a black Nissan on a Florida summer day at a high noon. You're like, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds bad. So more credit to my brother again for he tried more than any of us. He was struggling more than any of us because it was rough. It was a lot. And they put your name on the wall if you can eat 5. You get to write your name on the wall. And my first question was like, is it in permanent marker? You know, as if I was going to do it. And she's like, yeah, actually it is. Like, okay, pass. I'm done. Please take these away. I'm over it. And also, if you're going to have your name anywhere, you might as well put it in the men's stall because that's where you're going to be for the next 3 days. So it really rocked me to my core. It shook me. It upset me. And overall, it was a good time. It was a nice little brotherly hang, but it was nice to be there regardless. But like I said, that was kind of all I really did in the week. So we can tune into what's going on in the world, man. Not much. There's a little update on that Coldplay, that whole Coldplay astronomer whole thing, the world's most famous breakup at this point. I guess the guy is suing Coldplay for putting them on the Jumbotron, which is kind of ridiculous. That's how concerts work, I assume. I've never been to a concert. I've been to stand-up comedy, but this is a hot take. I don't like concerts. I kind of, and I'm just going to twist this. It's because I'm a bit of a true artist. You know, I feel like art and music, it's kind of like way more personal and intimate to the soul, and it's an experience that I can kind of grasp and continue to bathe in my alone time by myself, and having to share that with the community is going to dissipate and dissolve that sort of emotional bond I've delivered to it. The real reason is I don't know how to get over that. Like music, you can get at home. You can get that performance, and I don't know if I'm attached to the band as much as I am just the song that came out. Like, this is a good song. I don't know if I need to hear all of the things you're gonna do, but also, I feel like with another medium, whether it's stand-up or theater or musicals, you have to go there to get the thing. Stand-up, you got to wait until the special comes out, but when you go to see someone, they are showing off new jokes that have never been heard, and it's very secretive. It's very, kind of on the low. And the same with theater or musical, or probably even magic. I have no idea, but I think in my head, music, I'm just like, oh, I can listen to that and get the same effect. Or maybe I just don't like people. I have no idea. Again, I've never been to a concert, so I'm completely making this up. The truth is I just don't know if I want to go through the traffic and the hassle to be like, oh, there's that one song I wanted to hear. I don't know if I love any band enough to be like, all right, I know I'm going to enjoy at least 7 to 8 of these bangers. But anyways, to go back to Coldplay, the guy is suing him for ruining his life. I can't believe you guys were there and you showed how awful I am. I don't even know how he's supposed to win the case. I can't imagine you become a CEO without, being a little bit savvy. But then again, he cheated in public, so he's probably not that smart. But, you have, like, some lawyer had to have been like, trust me, we could win this. So it'll be interesting to follow that case, I suppose. But again, just a ridiculous kind of standpoint. Like, you went somewhere and they showed you just being, unfaithful in public. That's like you going to rob somebody in a Walmart. You're like, well, I can't believe they gave me the platform to do this. You know, you gave me the open square footage. There were people just walking around with purses. I had no choice. It was there. How could you let me do this, Walmart? So you committed a crime. You got caught. And that's on you, buckaroo. So unfortunate, but you're going to have that. Just, you know, you lose your job. You lose your wife. You lose your family. Dignity's in the toilet. And you're like, well, we've already dug so deep. Let's just keep getting there. So low integrity. Low embarrassing moments. Speaking of embarrassing moments, dude. All right. And now I have to preface this with, I love making fun of people. Okay. It's just how I grew up. There's no malice. There's no ill intention. I think it's fun. I like being made fun of. That's the game, okay? First and foremost, if you're going to make fun of people, you have to be able to receive whatever you dish. That is part of the insulting game. And it mixes into politics, kind of, sort of, but more like personality. I think Trump is funny. I think the sarcastic remarks, I think he's amusing. And I think whether you're left or right, I think people just look at him like he's an amusing character. Whether or not people want an amusing character in office, that's a whole other conversation. What I'm here to critique is the person himself, okay? Because I think it's funny when you make fun of people, but now South Park did this like little parody, this little spoof where they make fun of him, and he got completely butthurt about it. White House chicken. The White House had to release a statement about how seething he was and disappointed that they take such a low... Dude, that's like your whole brand, man. Like, I'm embarrassed for him because I thought you were part of the game, all right? A part of the game is it's a collective, haha, raz, dish it back now, okay? That's part of the fun, but you can't just throw stuff out there and the second a cartoon goes, look at this guy, he goes, well, freaking, nuh-uh, you know? I've never said that. I've never actually said anything like that. I think it's quite rude for you to say stuff, you know? Like how... I'm just disappointed. I'm embarrassed. I don't like it at all. I guess it was still about the Epstein files or something like that. And I don't even, again, I'm not plugged in enough to even comment on that. I keep talking about politics, but not, you know, I'm more talking about the people because I'm fascinated by people, surely. So it's kind of interesting. And again, I don't know what happened with the files. I thought they already got released like years ago because I thought there was a whole big blow up where people were accusing Jimmy Kimmel or something like that, and he's like, freaking no. And then there was a whole thing with Stephen Hawking, which was baffling because the guy's like, well, he couldn't even get over like a bump and on the sidewalk, and you had this, Jeffrey, I want to go to the island. You know, like, how are you going to ship that guy out there? It's not funny, dude. Don't make jokes about trafficking. But it's scary. It's disastrous. And I can understand why people are so adamant about trying to get it out. And again, I did that last week, commenting about, you know, the actual files. This is more about like, dude, come on. You know, it's very hypocritical. Whoa. Big word. It's not. But it's very, very interesting regardless. Guys, I have to admit something. I recorded about 7 minutes of this podcast before I started this, and it was pure gold, okay? And it all got erased, but not really. I actually just forgot to hit record, probably because I was so zen. But I will say that I don't know if I want to keep going because I'm kind of nervous. If it's going to shut off or whatever happened again. There are a lot of tweaks. I guess there's something that we need to be fixing in here because I'm still having issues, man. We're too deep. We're too much of a pro, okay? To be handling these sort of different hiccups and such. So I think we might just skedaddle here, but I feel bad because we're not that far into it. But, you know, when are we ever? So if you're sleeping, dude, I mean, go try the Alps. I can't repeat it. I actually can't do it on command because I'm not starting it off with that. I'm enjoying myself with a little bit of fun and razzing and roo-ha-ha. And then I'm waking up to the sweet, sultry sounds of the outer banks, lands. I don't know why the algorithm even was like, hey, dude, freaking just chill a little bit. And again, I got so I'm so sick, and I'm kind of getting keyed up right now for when I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to get some more, dude. It's gonna be great. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. I respect you. Okay, and that's mutual. I actually don't know if you love me or respect me, but you know what? You can be hypocritical, I guess. You can dish out and not take. with compliments, you know? You're like, hey, dude, I've been dishing it. I got to take it. I think that can be a one-way street, although that could lead to, you know, oh, we're getting too deep, man. Every time I say stuff, my brain goes, and I go, shut up. What do you know anyway, man? Look at the shirt you're wearing. So anyways, go try it or not. Again, don't take wisdom. Don't take the advice of a guy who's wearing a clown shirt. But I will see you. I love you. It's amazing. You're amazing. Hoorah, rah, rah.